Go.
Welcome back to my studio. This is Nemo Jaeger, and I am going to show you how to throw a cylinder today. And here I am working with Solidate 60, and I've got some nice warm water here. And I'm going to take this clay and give it a good heave-ho onto the wheel head. Pat the clay onto center as much as I can so that I don't have to fight that clay so much. And then I'm going to get my wheel going in a counterclockwise direction. I'm using a Lockerbie kick wheel, and my Lockerbie kick wheel has a motor that goes with it as well, so I'm going to turn on that motor, and I am going to center up the clay. Push down on the top, push away from myself, creating a column form. And then bring that clay up and down. Do a little wheel wedging to bring any air pockets up to the surface. And make that clay all go in that nice spiral direction. I'm leaving a pad of clay at the base right here so that I don't tear up my hands. I have my clay centered, and I'm ready to open it up. To open up my clay, I'm going to put my two thumbs in the center, creating a space where a golf ball would sit. And then I'm going to take my more than less than fingers with my fourth finger and pinky finger tucked in on either side, and thumb riding on the outside right at the base where I have that centered tucked in ball of clay. So my thumb is riding out there, and this hand sits on the top of this hand. So I'm going to go in there and establish the depth by pushing down, and I want to leave about a half to 3/4 of an inch at the base of the clay so that I have enough to trim for a foot. And you can check, see how much clay you've got there by stopping your wheel and putting your pin tool in to the bottom of the pot, and where the pin tool, where your finger hits the bottom of the base of the clay ball here, you can tell that how much clay you've got. So better to leave a little bit more than not enough. I've got about maybe a little more than a half an inch, maybe about 3/4 of an inch. And get that wheel going again. Wet my hands. I keep my hands nice and wet so that my hands just glide on the surface. You don't want them to be too wet, but sufficient amount of water, which is preventing your hands from dragging or creating a kind of a torque on the clay. So again, here's that more than less than. You can do it with 2 fingers or 3 fingers. And then I'm going to use the tips of my fingers and pull directly towards me at 3 o'clock. I'm going to pull directly towards me about the width of the ball of clay, and when I get to that point, I'm going to hold it without pulling anymore for a count of maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I can, with tension still in my muscles, very, very, very slowly release my hands from the clay. And then that way this point, right here, where the base of the clay, or the bottom of whatever pot form I'm going to make, and the wall meet together. This point right here is on center. If that point is not on center, you're going to be hard pressed to get any height in any of your pieces. This is like the foundation of your house. You have to have a real good solid foundation to the bottom of your house, or as you go up things get more and more crooked. Now I'm going to take the tips of my fingers and I'm going to press back in towards the center. And I'm going to do that a couple of times. I'm pushing pretty hard, and the reason for that is so that I don't get any S cracks. Now I'm ready to start to prepare to raise the wall and create a cylinder. I'm going to hold on the top here with pincher fingers and my index finger and pressing down slightly. That recenters up the top if it's slightly off center. And then I'm going to color the form in a little bit, which is kind of like a choking motion. I'm going to start about midway down and then color that form in just a little bit so it's slightly cone shaped. Recentering up the top. And now I'm ready to raise the wall. So to raise the wall, I'm going to take the second knuckle in my index finger. I've created a hook shape here, and I'm going to tuck that right in the base. And I'm going to have curved fingers on the inside, and my thumb is going to touch this hand somewhere. And I'm going to push in with that hook and that knuckle area right in here. And when I push in, I'm going to then follow with the inside hand slightly above my outside hand. And this pressure moving upwards is what's going to raise the wall of the pot. So there we go. Pushing in at the base. And now I'm following with my inside hand slightly above my outside hand. And my hand is moving in an upward direction. As I get closer to the top, I don't squeeze as hard and don't pull as hard. And then I relax that pull, hold it really steady. And then tension in my muscles. I'm not squeezing anymore, just my hands are very steady and not moving. And I slowly move my hands away. That's pull number one. Recenter up the top. Wet my hands. Put a little water on the outside. Maybe give myself a little notch down here at the base. Something to get my hook into. There's the hook. There's the thumb on this hand. Push in at the base. And squeeze and lift. My inside hand is slightly above the outside hand. And I am moving at a nice even pace. Upward, upward, upward. As I get closer to the top, relax the pull. Now I'm not squeezing anymore, now I'm just holding. And then I slowly release my hands. And that's pull number two. Wet my hands. I might take that sponge and let the water glide over across my fingertips over on the outside of the pot. Give myself a little notch down here, and one last pull. Nice even pace, moving upward. As we get closer to the top, I am relaxing the amount of pull. Hold my hands really, 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 really steady. Tension in my muscles. My arms are in close to my body. And release my hands. Go back with those pincher fingers. And then I am going to recenter at the top. I have a little extra water at the base of this cylinder. I'm going to take my sponge in between my two fingers like this. I'm going to go down there, hold my wrist, and lift that water out. And that is how you do a very simple cylinder.